Hi, and welcome to another edition of Conversation Collage. Ken Johannesson at your service here. We talk with interesting people, and we talk about the things they're interested in, and if you're not careful, you might learn something when it's all said and done. We've got a trio of interviews for you. You remember last week we talked with Mark Geller from the Electric Auto Association. Well, we got part 2 of that interview about his experience with electric cars, and that'll be coming up a little later on. We'll also talk about brewery weddings. Got to say that carefully so you understand it. Brewery weddings. These are weddings that are done at places that make beer. Apparently it's becoming a thing, and there's a brewery or a brewer that's giving away a free wedding. There's a time element involved here, so you're going to have to listen and act fairly quickly, and that's coming up a little later on. But we'll start with actress, entrepreneur, and dog lover Kate Walsh. Yes, she of Grey's Anatomy, she of Fargo, she of Bad Judge, and a lot of other projects. The entrepreneur part, she has a line of products called Boyfriend. It's a perfume and some other things that she's involved with. Now, we talked with Kate about her career and what she's up to now and some other things, but we also talked about her dog Rosie and how Rosie had an itching problem, and Kate learned firsthand that dogs can be off their game because of allergic itching, and if it's not treated by a veterinarian, that can lead to more serious problems down the road. And so we talked with Kate Walsh about some information on how you can get your dog's A game back.
Hi, Ken.
Hi, Kate Walsh. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Are you in New York?
I am.
Oh, well, it's not as early for you as it is for me, so...
I know.
I am a fan. I know it's a few years ago, but I loved you in Bad Judge.
Oh, thank you. That makes me feel good. I love that show, too.
It's too bad.
I'm proud of it.
It should have lasted a lot longer.
I think so.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I had a great time doing it. I'm
Good.
glad you loved it.
I did. Anyway, is Rosie with you?
She is. She's roaming around the studio somewhere. She kind of sets her own hours. So.
Yeah. Well, they'll do that, I suppose. So, nice.
It's pretty cute. I have her and her brother with me today, and I'm sitting down in the studio area, and they kind of wander in, give me a little kiss, and sort of like, oh, what's going on here?
And her brother. You've got her brother too, huh?
Yeah, Amiko. My brother adopted Rosie's brother.
Oh.
We kept it all in the family.
Cool. Okay. Now, tell me the story about Rosie. Rosie, what breed is Rosie? Some might say a mutt. She's mixed. She looks a little like she's got a little Rottweiler in her, probably, and some maybe Shepherd and Border Collie. But she's black, has the little orange eyebrows and mouth and sort of mask and legs. Mm-hmm. She's very cute. She is.
But she does suffer from seasonal allergies, and particularly this time of year is, and this is actually Itchy Pet Awareness Month. Mm-hmm. I didn't know if you know that, Ken.
I do now. So now, tell me about how you figured this out. Rosie was kind of off her game, huh?
Yeah, she would do, this is what she did. She'd do this little, what started as a cute thing was sort of scratching her face with both paws at the same time, and then, naturally I photographed it. I'm like, look how cute. And then you're like, oh, it's actually not stopping, and it's allergies. So I took her into our vet, and she prescribed Apoquil, and it was the game changer. It got her back on her A game, and it worked really quickly. And again, for her, it's seasonal. So it's not always, but my other dog, who's now gone, but she used to get hot spots and a lot of people don't understand when dogs have allergies. They think, they don't manifest the same way humans do. It's usually it's a skin thing. So it's hot spots, it's scratching and itching ears. So I had used Apoquil on my other dog, and it was awesome because she had all these hot spots and her hair was going away and all that. So it really, really helped. But I just want to, it's just so important because it's so often people can just go, oh, yeah, my dog is a chewer. She just chews on that spot. But it's actually probably an allergy.
I grew up with an American Eskimo Snow White dog, a little toy, beautiful little dog. And, he was so cute. But he itched. He scratched like crazy. And it was just hard. It was really tough to watch,
right? It's
and,
really hard.
And we'd take him to the vet, and they'd give pills, and he had the collar and things like that, but he'd have have ticks and things like that, but it was just so sad to watch the poor guy scratch and scratch and scratch. So how do we know? Are there any signs that we can tell? What are the signs we should be looking for that maybe an itch is more than just an itch?
Well, if they can't make it across the living room floor without stopping several times, or if they're stopping more often than not on their walks, whatever regular activity that they're doing, and if it's constantly interrupted, or it's the same spot over and over, that signifies a problem. Or if there's hair loss, again, the hot spots. If it's not just an occasional scratch, or they've already had their tick and flea medication, like you said, then that's likely it's not going to be that, and the best thing to do is bring them to your veterinarian and see what they say. But I know for me, Apoquel worked really well. My dogs reacted very well to it, and it worked very quickly as well.
Can you tell me a little bit about Apoquel? What is that?
Apoquel is a medication for dogs for that suffer from allergies. And it can be used. Some people have their dogs on it regularly, or it's also seasonal.
Is it an injection? Is it a pill, a liquid? What is it?
It's a pill.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a pill. And if you want to learn more about that or any of the you can go to mydogsagame.com. And in fact, we're actually our little call to action. We're doing this fun thing. We want people to take pictures of their dogs, or it's a dog selfie, and go to mydogsagame.com and use the hashtag mydogsagame. And every photo that's uploaded there, Zoetis will make a donation of $10 to Canine Courage, which is a program that provides medical care for retired military and police dogs, which is pretty cool. We all know about the kind of amazing aspects of the service dogs to our military men and women and police men and women, but to think about what happens to them after they retire and how are they taken care of. So it's a great thing if you just upload a picture, and then Zoetis will donate $10.
That's very cool. Canine Courage program. That sounds really neat. Tell me about.
Cool?
It is. Tell me about the difference of that you saw with Rosie. What was the difference that you saw once you?
Well, once she was on Apoquel, she went right back to her. Dogs are pretty transparent. I mean, they're actually weirdly, stoic, and they don't obviously speak English as far as I know. But I think that, and they can hide their pain, but when they don't feel well, they just don't feel well. And so to have her back, and they have that little dog smile, and she's got a little tail wagging and swagger to her. So, and she does do some tricks. She high tens. So I know, I feel like such a dork talking about it, but
no.
So just her energy's back, and just not having her regular activities interrupted by the constant chewing or scratching. That's how she just gets back in her A game.
That's a good thing. So we'll all check out mydogsagame.com. Do I have a couple minutes to talk about Kate Walsh a little bit?
I'd love it. Yes.
What's going on?
I love talking about me.
Kate Walsh. Let's talk about Kate Walsh. What's new in Kate Walsh's life after Bad Judge? I mean, you've been constantly busy, and what you got going on now?
Well, I just wrapped a film, an independent film that I shot with Donald Logue, called Sometime Other Than Now. So they're in post-production on that, and then we premiered another film called Sell By, which is a ensemble romantic comedy, and at the center is it's LGBTQ themed rom-com, but it's two guys and their long-term relationship and where they're going. Do they stay together? Do they not? And their group of friends. So I play best friends to Scott Evans. It's he and Augustus Prue play the lead couple, and then it's the group of their friends. And Patricia Clarkson's in it, Colin Donnell's in it, Michelle Buteau, Zoe Chow, me, and it's just really, it was a delightful, wonderful, little, sweet, heartwarming, and I think very funny comedy that we shot here in New York and Brooklyn last summer. So that just premiered at Outfest a week and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
And then that should be, it's in distribution now, or we're dealing with that or selling it now. But then I've got another film coming out called 3022 in November, which is a space thriller. So I'm excited about that.
Okay. It sounds like you're busy, and hopefully you still have enough time to play around with Rosie, you know?
I do. Well, I tried it, when I was shooting the film up in Greenport on the North Fork of Long Island, and I had the dogs come out, and the cat, too. So it was a family affair, but I was right on the coast, so it was really great to have them with me, and they could go down. I was staying at this place that was right on the beach on the Long Island Sound, so they could come, and they enjoyed the little chili dips in the Long Island Sound. They're pretty cute. They're like seeing these little dogs. It was like seeing them at a spa. They just sort of go in up to their. Mm-hmm. So I try to bring them with me when I can.
Hey, let me ask you a question, because you've done Grey's Anatomy, you've done Private Practice, you've done Bad Judge. You're doing. Which do you like better, drama or comedy? What appeals to you more?
I mean, I love both. I really truly love both, and I couldn't say that I love this one over that one, because I think there's just both in me. I don't know if that's the Irish or like the comedy, but also like there's a darkness there that I feel like. I mean, I shot 13 Reasons Why and Girls Trip at the same time, so that was like a kind of wonderful, weird schizophrenia. But kind of being able to go back and forth between those two roles was really, really fun for me.
Yeah.
So I love both.
Well, good deal. I know I'm coming up on time. I got to let you go. But we'll go to mydogsagame.com, and we'll look for we'll try and get $10. A lot of $10 donations to the Canine Courage program. Kate Walsh, you're a cool gal. Can I say that?
Yeah, thanks, Ken. Right back at you.
And it was fun talking to you. I hope we can do it again sometime.
Likewise, me too. Thanks so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Take care, Kate. Thanks.
Okay, bye, Ken.
Kate Walsh there. It was fun talking to her. And by the way, that website again is mydogsagame.com. Ken Johannesson in Conversation Collage continues, and we turn our attention to brewery weddings. That's right. You can have weddings just about anywhere these days, but apparently breweries across the country are starting to host more and more of them. And there's a new contest taking the wedding experience to the next level. A free wedding. Yeah, they'll take care of everything. But there is a time limit involved here, and if you're interested, you've got to listen to this interview I did with Leanne Lozier, who is the experiential marketing manager for Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, and she has the lowdown on how you enter this contest and what you'll get if you win.
Hello, Ken.
Where are you today?
I am in Asheville, North Carolina.
Is that home base for you?
It is, yes.
Okay.
I work out of Sierra Nevada's second brewery just outside of Asheville and Mills River.
Tell me, what does an experiential marketing manager do? What do you do for Sierra Nevada?
My job is focused around events, but our events specifically tell some type of story about us. So I try to produce festivals that kind of give you a glimpse into our culture and kind of who we are.
Okay, all right. So now there's a contest going on that deals with weddings, and we'll get to that in just a second. But easy for me to say, brewery weddings seem to be becoming more popular. Why do you think that is?
Well, as a newly engaged person, I think couples today are looking for something not traditional, not your standard mom and dad weddings. That's probably the number one thing I hear. Everyone's looking for something that kind of stands out and leaves an impression. Plus, weddings have been hosted in community centers for forever. And breweries are a hub for community today. If you go down to the local brewery, I'm sure there's one near you. Mm-hmm. It's families, it's couples, it's kids, it's dogs, it's cornhole. And most breweries are where we go to catch up. Plus, it's really fun. Craft beer is a fun culture of collaboration and innovation, and I can't think of a better wedding backdrop than that.
Okay. So if somebody's going to be doing a brewery wedding, what kind of things should they do to have it successful, and what should they be avoiding?
Well, there's plenty of them, but if I were to pick one, for successes, remember that breweries are in the business of making beer, so immerse yourself in that theme. Consider using ingredients like a hop trellis as decor rather than